bison, elk, wolves, bears, oh my! We're here in Hayden Valley in Yellowstone National Park. We don't care about the wildlife, we're about the geology. And the geologic story here is spectacular. We're in Yellowstone Caldera. It's the depression that formed about 631,000 years ago when the last huge eruption of the Yellowstone region occurred. Now, after that eruption, there were a number of lava flows that invaded the area. Big rhyolite flows that were very, very thick, hundreds of feet thick. But there was also a history of glacial and lake sediments that were deposited here. Glacial activity swept this region at least a couple of times, and lakes formed because of ice dams on the Yellowstone River. So Yellowstone Lake extended at times all the way up into the valley. That gave you a sequence of very fine sediments, glacial and lake sediments, and the grasslands love that kind of sediment. They outcompete the trees there. But the trees love the lava flows. They thrive on those rhyolite lava flows. So in places in the caldera like Hayden Valley where you see grasslands, you're looking at glacial or lake sediments. If you see a lot of trees, you're looking at lava flows. Using the vegetation to map the geology. That's the story from Hayden Valley. Now let's talk about seismic activity, ground deformation, and geyser activity that occurred over the past month.
It was another quiet month in the Yellowstone region in terms of earthquake activity. The University of Utah Seismograph stations located just 46 events during the month of April. The largest was a magnitude 1.8 that occurred way over on the eastern side of the park on April 27th. So, in terms of earthquakes, normal background levels of activity in Yellowstone. Turning now to ground deformation. This is vertical deformation at a site on the east side of the caldera near Lake on the Sour Creek Resurgent Dome. The entire plot spans the last 2 years, and each one of these blue dots is 1 day worth of data. Overall, we're seeing continued subsidence that's been ongoing since about 2015 or 2016 at rates of about an inch or so per year. It's paused or interrupted in the summer months as groundwater conditions change. And then, of course, towards the end of the summer into early fall, we see a resumption of that subsidence. That's been ongoing then since about October of last year. But in the next month or so, we might expect to see that reverse as that normal seasonal signal comes about once again. And now looking at the tallest geyser in the world, Steamboat Geyser. This is activity measured in a temperature probe over the month of April. Started out with a lot of variations due to minor eruptive activity, and it culminated on April 14th with a major eruption, the second major eruption of 2025. After that time, activity went back down to daily temperature variations, meaning the geyser really wasn't doing a whole lot. We would expect to see more minor activity before the next major eruption. So look for minors to restart sometime in early May, possibly building towards a major eruption later in the early summer.
Well, thanks for joining us for this month's Yellowstone Volcano Observatory update. Now remember, if you enjoyed this, please hit like and subscribe down below. And if you have any questions at all, leave us a comment or drop us an email. Our address is YVOWebteam, all one word, at usgs.gov. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next month. Bye-bye.